Warning! What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod, the 200th edition of Geek Pod.
200, Jesus Christ.
200.
Son of a bitch.
Happy birthday!
And hitting in the same month, because we missed the actual date of it, as our 10th anniversary. So it's a big double 10 years of 200 Geek Podding bullshit.
Yeah,
guys,
this is going great, Paul.
what's got you geeked?
It feels like I just started last week.
Or are
We didn't do it last week. Wait. We didn't do anything last week.
We didn't do anything the week before that either.
I mean, maybe you didn't.
The week before
Tell
that.
you about the secret.
The
Geek Pod
secret?
2.0.
Oh, you know what has me geeked is we took the summer off and I didn't have to deal with this shit on a weekly basis.
I mean,
I hear that. I hear that.
Oh man.
But no, what
you know
really
what's keeping you here?
I mean, I'm kind of stuck with it now.
That's
I
true.
can't. I can't let you guys like go off on your own. You want to see 300, right? Okay. What's got me
Shit,
geeked?
I want
and
to
of
see
course-
201 the way my fucking life went for a while. I want to see 201.
Okay, well, try this one more time. What's got me geeked is, of course, this is the book launch week. It's not going to be by the time this comes out in December, but my wife's book is out in stores, not in our store. They have a whole bunch of copies in the back. They're holding on for her book signing this Saturday because we went there because we wanted to get a picture of her book. We've been getting pictures from people in other states across the country of the book
That's awesome.
on bookshelves, but we can't do it at our home store because they haven't put it out yet. But yes, the Skeleton Flute is out now. There's going to be a signing. By the time you hear this, probably a few months in the past, but there will be others. And you can also always follow my wife, DS Allen Author, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever the hell. She has Instagram and shit. I couldn't find
Nice.
her. I don't need to find her. She's in the other room. Thank God I don't need social media to find her. But yeah, it's exciting. It's out. She's an author. She's a published author. What more can I be excited about?
That's amazing, dude. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Tell your wife
Yeah, it's
from
really
me,
cool.
congratulations. That's awesome.
That's really
Well,
So
Well-
wait, Hugh, where is this? Which store is it? I know it's Barnes and Nobles, right?
Barnes and Noble on Erie Boulevard.
Okay.
This Saturday from 1 to 3.
what's
Okay.
this Saturday's date so people know what this Saturday is?
the 31st.
it's the
31st.
31st.
31st of August, 2024, for those of you who are watching this podcast at some point in the future, because nobody really watches podcasts when they actually come out or are
Well,
recorded.
they can't, especially with this one. So
Well, I mean, that's technically not true because they always come out at some point, so then they could watch it then.
yeah.
But at some point, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yes, if any of you happen to have been at Barnes and Noble on Saturday, the 31st,
31st.
August 2024, congratulations, you were there for the signing.
From 1 to 3 p.m.
That's right.
I would be
Yeah, well-
there, except I'm going to be in Maine. I'm sorry. No, actually, I'm not sorry I'm going to be in Maine. I am sorry I'm missing the signing, though.
What are you going to Maine for?
A motorcycle rally.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
There
Very
with
cool.
some friends on Thursday evening, and we're going to overnight in Lake George because we're leaving, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever, Thursday. Take us 3.5 hours or so to get to Lake George. We're going to overnight there at a campground, and then shooting up to Freiburg, Maine. For
And how long
the,
are you there for? When do you be back? I guess when will you be back?
The rally goes Wednesday through Sunday, so we're going to come back Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Now are you driving straight back on Sunday, or are you gonna
Yeah.
you
I
gonna
don't
do the
know.
same thing?
Well-
Come back and
We'll fuck around. I mean, I'll be home on Sunday. I don't know what time, but we're gonna screw around and
Okay.
not take a straight road back. But
Right.
should be a good time for anybody. For anybody that doesn't know, and for anybody that really doesn't care or do care, whatever. Maybe you do care. I bought a relatively new motorcycle not long ago. It's a 21 BMW, and I'm back in the BMW Motorcycle Owners Association. They've got a pretty well flushed out owners association, and they also have a riders association. There's two different parts of the club, and they're pretty well organized group, and they have rallies, a couple different rallies a year. They have an international rally every year, so it's a good time. You don't have to have a BMW to go to one. The rally is always really good stuff. They have seminars. They talk about bike prep, and they have training. You can learn how to ride a motorcycle off road. There's all sorts of really good stuff that happens. So we're just going to go and hang out and drink some beer at night with some friends that I don't know yet, and which seems to be the kind of theme for me this summer, is hanging out with people I don't know and making good friends in that respect.
And drinking a beer with them.
Nice.
Very cool. So basically what has me geeked, I'm sure it's on Paul's notes, but I really enjoyed Sci-Fi Horror Fest for our third straight year there. That was really cool. And I had the opportunity to interview CJ Graham, which I thought was really awesome. And it was really cool because like right as those panels are going on, I watched the panels. They were really neat. But with this panel was cool. Like I was actually trying to bring people into the audience. I'm like, yo, CJ Graham's panel. Yes, I wanted to plug CJ Graham, but also I wanted to get a good audience for the panel. So Corbs and Laura were in the audience, which was cool. I like that. That was really neat. And shout out to you, Corbs. Thanks for being there. So
Yeah.
it was, yeah, go ahead.
And the funny part about it is I was sitting at our table waiting to hear them announce that CJ Graham had started, and they never did.
No, they didn't.
They didn't, and I just looked over and I saw you guys up on stage. I was like, it was like 20 minutes into the panel. I was like, shit.
No, and they didn't know it. So like it was kind of neat because like before the panel started, there was probably like 10, 12 people only in the audience. But before CJ was signing some autographs, I went around the audience. I asked people who they were, what brings them to Sci-Fi Horror Fest, what number they're on, and what do they want to see with CJ Graham and all that. So I've been in some audiences like I said, I've been on the Conan O'Brien show. They're called hype people. So they want to get people excited. So I want to make sure this audience was getting involved. So I went to CJ, got introduced. I don't think you saw this, Corbs. We want to make sure it was a loud standing ovation, which we actually got that, which is really cool. So as CJ Graham's panel is starting, I would say only maybe 30, 35 people were in the audience, which was a good amount, I thought. It was not bad.
A lot more than we had.
But it was neat because like right before, because it's 45 minutes, you're trying to fill all of that space. So people were asking really good questions. They're asking about his favorite kill, his favorite stunt. But I spoke to Tiff and Melissa before. I said, are any questions off the table? Because you want to respect the celebrity's privacy and all that stuff. But they're like, we trust you, do what you got to do. I asked CJ Graham some questions he's never even heard before, which was really cool. So he really enjoyed that. Because I asked him like what's his biggest thing he's overcome that's very important to him, because he mentioned a suicide that he's dealt with, an overdose in his family. How does he decompress? How does he recharge his battery? These are his exact words. I can't make it up.
Did you ask him which
Go ahead.
was his favorite My Little Pony?
No. So
Okay,
basically,
you can't call yourself a journalist.
no, I'm not. So basically, I said, what do you do to decompress? He says he shovels shit. So because he owns a farm, which is pretty cool.
Oh, there you go.
So I thought it was kind of cool just getting to talk to him a little bit. I shook his hand at the end of the panel. He actually said you're 5'8". He gave me a couple inches, which I thought was kind of cool because I'm only 5'5". Because he
Wait,
kept
CJ Graham gave you a couple inches?
Yes. So
Yeah,
whatever.
you might want to reword that, Jack.
Yes, he gave me a couple inches on my height, which is pretty
Too
cool.
late.
Whatever.
Too late.
Out there.
But like I said, like I interviewed CJ Graham. He put me on his Instagram story the next day, and then we're actually talking back and forth and all that. So he's like, "Would you like to interview me again on some other panels going forward?" Which was kind of cool. And I told Paul this. I've reached out to a couple maybe B or C celebrities, but actually hearing back from celebrities and said, yeah, that would be kind of cool because I want to start doing something like that going forward, which I really enjoyed. And Melissa and Tiff said it was the most viewed panel at Sci-Fi Horror Fest, so I thought that was kind of cool. That has me geeked this week.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. He asked a lot of good questions when I was, like I said, I missed the first maybe 20 minutes of it, but I did catch the last maybe 25 minutes or so of it. So they had a very good rapport going back and forth, the two of them, which was good and stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, so and Jack, I mean, he did ask some nice questions. I mean, some questions I think that maybe even kind of CJ by shocked him a little bit with some of the questions, but he answered every question truthfully. Very engaging. He's a super nice guy. You know, he recognized. I think he recognized us. I don't think he really remembered us from 2 years ago when he was here. But he did kind of. I think he kind of put two and two together after a while. So it'd be nice if if he comes back and be somebody nice to get to be. I would say friends, but work acquaintances with. You see him every year or whatever, every time he comes back or whatever, would be pretty cool. So
Make him the Joe Orsak of a Sci-Fi Horror Fest.
Maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
So while we're on the topic of Sci-Fi Horror Fest, wish listing here, guys. Who would you like to see them try to bring in as celebrity guests? What would be cool to you?
I guess they would probably have to break the bank, but you already know mine would be Robert Englund, Freddie Krueger. But that would probably break the bank.
I was going to say that's the one and only guest they would have that year. Yeah.
But
If
that
you're
was-
going to try to grab somebody that doesn't break the bank, but would probably draw in a lot of people, Adrian Paul would be really, really cool.
That would be
yeah.
really cool.
that'd be
Yep.
cool.
I think, and some of the guys here on the show aren't going to know what I'm talking about, but I think Danhausen would work really well at that show.
Who's that?
He's a professional wrestler. He's a very quirky
a
character.
wrestler. Oh,
Almost has like a horror theme to him.
Yeah.
So and he gets a following everywhere he goes. He's got a very rabid fan base, even though I don't even think he's been on TV in God knows how long.
I haven't seen him on TV in months.
Yeah,
I know he was hurt, so
he was. He got better. But because I know he's doing a bunch of indie dates.
he was dead, but he got better.
Are you
taking
sure
it back.
he's still with them?
Yes, he is still a contract. They just did an exclusive lithograph that he autographed for them a few weeks back, but just nowhere to put him on TV, I guess, because we need to spend half of our programming with Mercedes, Monet, and the Young Bucks. So
She changed her name again?
yeah, that's who she is now.
yeah.
Right.
Last year's now Mercedes Monet. It's her first name with the Monet part of it because her first name is Mercedes.
Because she wants the money.
Yeah.
And she's
Oh,
getting
name.
divorced.
She getting paid to be there.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever.
And she's getting divorced too, though. She'll be newly single soon.
She's married.
She was married.
Yeah.
He created all her ring gear, though.
Yeah, he was
Kev.
he's a costume designer for the
Or-
WWE or was.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I didn't realize I didn't know that, Jack. Where'd you see that?
It was a couple weeks
Oh yeah,
ago
that
on
was
an
that was
article.
news a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Whenever I see news about her, I look at the next article. So
She's hot, though.
Jack, I don't get it. Okay, I should stop so that I don't sound like I'm down on women in general.
She looks really good in a Mandalorian costume.
She does, Kev.
She every time I've seen her, she's just looked like she's angry. And I'm just like, shit, if I just saw her, I wouldn't care. If it was out in the grocery store, at a strip club, whatever, I would avoid her because she looks like she's going to fucking yell at me just for being there.
You're touching my baloney.
She can yell at me about baloney all
Exactly.
fucking night long.
I mean, dude, if you're in
100%
a
agree.
situation where you like want a woman to yell at you, that's great. Go get down with yourself. But I mean, I'm just like, I don't need that shit.
You get it enough?
Listen,
No, I don't get it at all. That's the thing. I don't,
I
need
don't
to add it.
care what she wants to do as long as she's there.
Yeah,
As
you
long-
would if
as
she
long
was
as she's
there
in the
long
orbit.
enough.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody else have any wish listers for Sci-Fi Horror Fest? Besides Lloyd Kaufman, who's going to be there next year since he couldn't make it this year.
If you're sticking on the wrestler topic, I don't know if it breaks the bank,
wasn't.
but I would like to have Al Snow there. It would be kind of cool.
He's a little busy in Ohio Valley, I think.
All right, then get Maven. Without
Maven.
You're famous now.
Maven.
Are you
Holy
choking that
shit.
cat out? What is going on?
Sergeant Slaughter.
Fuck.
Oh, but yeah,
Oh,
Maven.
that's
Get Maven.
outstanding.
The first season of Tough Enough. What the hell's
I mean, let's not get.
Did you say what's he doing? I'm pretty sure he works at the Home Depot up the street.
There you go.
I think he makes a living impersonating Cory Booker. So, see, nobody else would have got that joke. Thank
Cory
you, Paul.
Booger? Who's Cory Booger?
Booker.
Booger.
He's a congressman.
There you go. Anyone?
Wow.
Moving on. Last thing on Sci-Fi Horror Fest, other than the fact that we had a blast. Oh, Jack, especially.
What's this week crap? You were there for one day.
Exactly.
What do you want?
Let's talk about that prize wheel, Jack.
What about it?
Oh my god, the fact that we throw insult on as a joke.
Oh
and
my
that's the thing
God.
that keeps getting hit.
Yeah, so the first day, so DC, Kev, and Corbs, I don't know if you heard this. So you Corbs, you probably know this. Hugh helped me put together the prize wheel. We put together the prize wheel. We didn't have enough prizes, so we had to put insult on it. And what? Like 9 out of 10 was insult.
Yeah.
And literally the one time Hugh, Paul, and I are there, it says, take a selfie with a Geek Pod person. And the little girl picks me. And it's literally like, geez, this is so
It's the
awkward.
most awkward thing ever. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
But literally,
Phenomena.
you kept spinning the wheel. It kept landing on insult. And it was like, oh my God. I thought you were going to say it
Insulted.
fell apart on you when you got it back from me.
No, but I'm not quite sure what condition the posters are in.
Just
Huh.
worse. Yeah.
Are the
Oh.
posters back? I heard they weren't.
Oh, I haven't seen them yet. They're still
Oh.
with our good friend Laura.
Yeah, Jack, how did we forget those?
I forgot. Yeah. I asked, and Laura said they're in my possession. So I'm like, good, thank you. So,
Oh, she was very quick to throw you under the bus, Jack.
Oh,
Very
join the-
quick.
join the
Like
club.
2 arms right there. She yeeted your ass right under that bus.
all right, that's fine.
She didn't do it to me.
Oh
That's
no, you
okay.
weren't mentioned. It was all
Yeah, you
Jack.
don't worry. It's all me. Join the club. I've been with you guys long enough, so I'm used to it by now. Whatever.
All right.
You throw me
Uh,
under that bus, I go right under the next bus, though.
that's the way it works.
It's like trying to skip a rock.
Basically. Whoa, whoa.
Skip a Jack.
so
Skip a Jack.
so 2025 has already been announced for Sci-Fi Horror Fest. It's going to be, I believe, August 16th, 17th.
So they're doing the week before they normally do it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be their new week going forward, so they don't
Well,
have to fight with the fair.
Right. That's what I was saying. They're not trying to deal with people because people come from all over for the fair.
Right.
So and if they're driving someplace, they're going to drive to the fair. They're not going to come to the
Horror
out that
Fest.
Well, I mean, something to consider there, and I don't know which way this would work. You would assume, the fair would affect our attendance, but everyone who went to Sci-Fi Horror Fest that's local can also go to the fair on a different day. But people that come
True.
from out of town to go to the fair might go, hey, there's also a convention here. Let's go check that out too. I don't know. I don't
could
know
work
if that
that way
would
as
work
well.
out to their advantage or not.
The fair big days are usually on the weekends, though. So I like you're saying the week before the fair. That's smart.
But my point with that was 2025 actually has a theme. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Is it horror?
It's
In
sci-fi.
Ooh. No, but it's going to be called Sci-Fi Horror Fest 2025 Carnival. And when I reached out to Tiff for details on that, she very eloquently said, "It's a carnival, but evil.
Oh God, evil
Great.
clowns.
Evil carnival." So,
You got plans that weekend?
Are the insane clowns going to be there?
they fucking better not.
Shit,
That's gonna be creepy as shit, man.
What the hell?
juggalos.
No,
You know,
fucking
if they
juggles.
get ICP, I might actually be able to get Damara there for once.
Yeah, no shit.
She likes ICP.
her and Helen went through a phase in
That's
college.
awesome.
I'm like, they will just sometimes, because my wife is generally reserved most of the time, but you get
Yep.
her and Helen together, and every once in a while they will just break out into what I guess is a song. I don't know, but it's the two of them rapping about shit that I've never heard come out of their mouths before. And then they both look at me and they're like, Helen's like, "You think I'm crazy?" And my wife's like, "You want to divorce me now?" I mean, that's just how it happens every time. And then it goes away and I don't think about it. I block it out of my mind until it happens again.
Until it happens the next time. Notwithstanding.
But okay, so when they do that, is it the same song they're singing?
They're both doing the same song together.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same song every time.
Okay, that's more what I was wondering.
Yeah,
if it's the same
they
song every
they
time.
seem to have them all memorized.
Okay.
It's like Easy Street from Walking Dead Corpse.
Oh God, no.
That's a good reference, Jack. Way to go.
I got you.
Oh.
All right. Who wants to go next?
For what?
Talking.
Yeah.
Just talking?
We're still technically we're still in there. What's got you geeked?
DC, we haven't heard from you yet. What's got you geeked, man?
Legs almost healed. 2 small
Good.
spots. But it might be a little bit longer before I can wear my prosthetic. What else you got me?
Got to toughen up the leg.
Huh?
Got to toughen up the leg.
Yeah. What else got me geeked? I don't know. I've been playing college football probably 8 to 10 hours a day.
That's pretty good on one leg.
You're
Yeah.
playing football?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wow.
my arm
I was
strength
kinda like you're in
that. I was in one of
college.
those quarterback competitions or whatever.
Mhm.
75-yard pass, hit all the targets. The only problem I had was scrambling around the dummies to make a throw. Kind of hopped a little bit, anything like this.
It's not
and,
very nice.
Slipped a little. So
Why-
it was
Why
kind
you
of tough.
gotta why you gotta call them dummies?
They're the practice dummies. What college you playing for, DC?
I'm
Which
playing for the
day?
U.
Which day?
Miami?
Yep.
Oh,
Playing for the U.
okay.
So, what else? I mean, nothing else really. I mean, I don't really do all that much. I watch a lot of TV. I went back to I watched like Kong and Godzilla and Kingdom of Planet of the Apes and Furiosa, whatever the new one was there.
Oh, you watched the new one? How was it?
I thought it was okay. Mad Max Fury Road was better.
Wow, yeah.
But this one was good. It's kind of tough to look at Hemsworth,
Yeah, it was.
it's
It was
just different.
Weird.
But the chick that played the young Furiosa, not obviously Charlize Theron, but she was good.
Who was the actress?
But
Anya Joy Taylor.
yeah,
Oh, Queen's Gambit girl.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, she's
okay.
good.
So
Last night in Soho, girl. Yes.
I like her.
yeah, and then I've been going back through watching FBI. I watched a movie called The Protege with Samuel L. Jackson and Maggie Q. She's awesome.
I've seen that.
But not too much else. I've been reading a lot. My book. I've been reading through Curse of Strahd, because why the hell not? That's really about
I
it.
don't know what that means.
Waiting for a next session of Dungeons and Dragons, because I remember what Hugh said about our last one was kind of a little off, and I didn't really talk very much during it, so I'm waiting for the next session to kind of like see everybody get like ramped back up. I think it was kind of weird the last 2 times we did it because they were cut short for whatever reasons.
You're weird.
So
I'm weird.
He's with us on the podcast.
oh fuck, you guys.
I don't think it being cut short had anything to do with it.
No. I think it was just that we were just off. So
Well, we were on summer vacation, so
yeah. So
Ma the meatloaf. Fuck.
The fuck was that?
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers reference is what it was.
Sorry, DC. Go ahead.
no, you're good. That's about it. Nothing else. I'm alive, and I guess that's okay. So, yeah, that's what's got me geeked.
Standing.
Outstanding. There, I did it too.
So Madison got to see her first concert.
Yay! Hey, when'd that happen? How'd that go?
What'd
Blue
she
Oyster
see?
Cult?
That was great. Did you say Blue Oyster Cult? No.
Yeah.
No, what did you see?
She saw the Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That was a great show.
It
You
was.
went? I didn't know
I was
you
there.
went.
He
Oh,
goes to every single show they do in the area.
Not true. I did not go when they were at the On Center because I couldn't justify paying for an actual concert ticket.
wow.
He
He's very
goes to
adamant
every
about
show
that.
they do in the area that's free.
That's
That's a better
He's a
statement. Yeah.
true fan.
But it's not free to get into the fair.
No,
no, it's not.
it definitely wasn't free for
cost
me
to get
either.
in? What is the cost now to get into the fair?
$8.29.
Yes.
Yep. There's fucking expensive.
Dude, it's been higher than that in the past. I think
It has.
I
It's
mean,
been $10 before.
$8 would be fine, but $8.29 fucking cents. Like they have to have action. Fucking idea was that?
And it's
They make
$12
you-
for parking too.
They make you no $12 and like 85 cents
Okay,
because
yes.
they make you
Yeah.
pay for the fucking processing fee.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eh.
yeah. They don't. I know from what I heard they don't take cash anymore at the parking lots.
Actually,
they don't.
They don't. But you can pay at the parking lot, and they don't advertise that. But all the parking attendants have tablets with card readers.
Yeah,
You can't pay cash,
but
but
they
you
have
can
the
pay with your card, and you can pay there.
right.
And there's no processing fee.
And they did away
They don't
with
tell you
the they did away
still
with
take
the
the
Easy
bus,
Pass
right?
parking too.
The
You can still
buses
take
are
the bus.
the
Yeah,
buses
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
where I am. They don't have the buses anymore. We have
You
to
gotta
pay
get
for
to
it.
Well, you
them,
have to go to a park and ride.
Well,
Yeah,
they used to be at the Camillus Lowe's, the shopping
Yeah,
town Lowe's,
yeah, I
but they
hear
don't do
you.
that anymore.
I hear
Yeah, yeah. You got to go to I think it's the mall,
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
someplace on 57. If I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
there's one over by me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Long
and then-
Branch Park.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots where you can go and get the bus. You got to park there and get the bus. So, but Kev, you can pay at the lot, and they don't charge you the processing fee. So
Right.
if you buy a parking
Right.
ticket online, you pay for the processing fee.
Right.
But if you go there, you just pay the flat fee.
$12.
Right, but the problem is that all of the advertising, all of the marketing, all of the media says you have to pay in advance. They don't say anything about being able to pay at the location.
Oh,
They don't even
okay.
give you that as an option.
Can you buy your
Not-
tickets at the gate?
You
Yes.
can always buy tickets at the gate. Yeah.
Yes, you can always buy
They have the
tickets.
kiosks there because I didn't do anything ahead of time. I just rolled in, paid for parking there, paid to get in.
You rolled in gangster style.
Yes.
Well, it's Paul.
No, he rolled in Fred Durst style. Come on. When he says rolling, he means rolling.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Did she
So-
enjoy her first concert? Tell us about
She
that.
absolutely loved it.
She
Didn't
had
she,
a
Kev?
fucking phenomenal time.
She had a blast.
She was singing along, and she was just having the greatest time.
She talked me into going to the merch table and dropping a lot on shirts.
Wow. I can't even believe you spent that much. The
Yeah.
shirts didn't look all that great.
No, and they're
No, I-
one-sided shirts. They don't even have like the tour dates on the back or anything.
One size shirts. What size was it?
No, not one size.
Oh, I thought you said
one-sided.
One style.
thought
Only
you
one
meant-
style, too, right?
So
No,
did she get like a
that's-
3XL? Madison got a 3XL shirt.
She did.
It's a nightgown.
She totally did.
No, no,
It's a moo.
It's hers was a medium. Mine was the moo.
But it fits so well.
Yeah, that's right. It's
No, but was
practically
she like
Homer in that
bobbing to like the songs though?
episode.
She was,
She
enjoying
was
it?
all about it. She
That's
was
sick.
having a blast.
Good.
When you go to the concert, it's at Chevy Court, right there.
No, this
Nope.
was at Suburban Park in the back where the
Oh,
grandstand
it's
used
out
to be.
back.
Oh,
The
wait, it's
grandstand.
there. Oh, okay,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
okay. I thought it was up
That's-
front at the was it Chevy Court or whatever, right there when you first walk in the
right.
main gate of the.
No,
Okay,
they have
I
shows
mean-
there.
Yeah.
But
right. No,
doing-
I thought that's where they were.
Nope.
That's what
Yeah.
I know. They have shows there. I just thought they were the show for that.
No, it seems like the bigger acts, the one they expect to get a lot of people for, they put in the back because you got all that the rolling.
Oh, you get to walk
grasslands
a lot of
there.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And you get to
well,
walk through people going through the fair type of thing, stopping.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know that they were talking a couple years ago that when people were going to the Chevy Court to see it, they would literally come in to go to the concert,
like
pay
in
for
gate
pay to
2.
get in and then leave right after. They weren't going through the fair. So if they put the bigger acts in the back, you have to walk through the fair to get there.
Actually,
Not
No, there's a
necessarily. If
back
you park in
entrance.
6 or 7, lots 6
There's a
or
back
7, you can do the
entrance.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But you still, I mean, you still got to walk to get there. I think that's what they're trying to get people to, because I know that the midway, they moved the midway from
You
next.
can walk right in that gate, take a right, and go right to the back concert. You don't have to go
Right.
through any of the fair at all.
Not if
Mhm.
you didn't want to. Yeah, we did.
Actually, real quick, Paul, impromptu. Does anybody know, your quick trivia question, what the highest grossing concert at Chevy Court at the fair ever was? He's an A-list celebrity now. He's a musician. Do you know the top act?
Vanilla
played at-
Ice.
What's that?
Vanilla Ice.
No.
No, it was recently. It was
It
only
was.
like a year or two ago.
No, it's a couple years ago now.
Oh, was
Travis
it?
Scott.
Yeah. He's
Oh.
A-list. It's a he. Oh,
Travis Scott.
no.
No, it was I know this.
It's when Chevy Court and the grandstand were there because I went to the fucking grandstand and saw Larry the Cable Guy instead.
I can't remember who.
It was Bruno Mars.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Back to you, Paul.
Thanks. But yeah, we got there early to hang out. I mean, because I think it's going to be Madison's only shot at the fair. And so we got some food, stopped over and saw our buddies Josh and Cody. I tried Josh's exclusive mixed drink there, the Blue Raz or whatever, using his weekday whiskey. It was really good. So I actually broke my rule and actually had hard liquor for the first time in 30 plus years.
While you're out by yourself with your daughter.
Yeah,
Great
Yeah.
idea.
it was. She only got
Moron.
punched once. It was great. Cody said he wants to come on the show and talk some wrestling with us at some point.
no, he didn't.
No, he really did. I was there. It was before I started drinking.
At least you remember that.
I remember the whole night. We had a really good time.
You remember the
met
whole
some
night. That's
friends.
actually really good, impressive.
Met some new friends. One that listens to our show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Howie.
Yeah. Really good guy. He had some tips for us for the new show coming up. His first one was to fire Kevin.
Oh, there you go. Goodbye. I'm out.
Right.
What has this geek the next episode?
But we had fun. Apparently Kevin and I missed a brawl outside of one of the food stands. But
Holy fuck. Kathy was like, my wife, for those of you who have no idea who Kathy is. We were at Shamrock hanging out, because we were all going to meet back up at Shamrock because Paul and his daughter went to get some food, and I guess she would only eat at Tully's.
Yep.
She wanted to
had to have the tendies. Yeah.
tendies, yeah, had tendies, yeah, whatever. We go to Shamrock to have real food and beer, and met them there. But I had run out to the truck to get the chairs, and Kathy goes, "Oh yeah." Like 7-8 cops walk by, with this woman in an arm lock or whatever in handcuffs, and she's all bloody. And then this guy comes out of nowhere, and like 7-8 more of them come running up, and they tackle him. They scoop him up and take him out of there. I was like, man, why do I always miss all the good stuff?
Right?
Wow.
Paul missed it too, apparently.
I
'cause
did. Yes.
He was thumbing his nose or something. I don't know.
There's always good people watching though at the fair. You always can have good people watching.
Oh,
It's one way to look at it.
No.
Yeah. Or you could call it just a fucking complete dumpster fire.
Oh, it's always a dumpster fire.
Mm. Dumpster fire.
I
That's a
mean,
good
why
word
are
for it.
dumpster fires so bad? You're burning stuff
It's
you
not.
already threw away.
burning
Just-
gar
You don't
Burning-
have to.
burning garbage has an odor, and it's offensive, right? But it's warm,
Yeah, but
right? So it
it-
attracts you and it repels you all at the same time.
depending on where you live, it might be an odor you're familiar with.
And that odor is the fair juice.
Some fair juice.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a way callback.
Oh, no.
See, slowly but surely, my family, we've been writing the rule book for the fair.
Oh.
Rule 2 is fair juice. Rule 1 is you do not go in sandals. You have to wear sneakers to the fair because you don't want to
Fuck
step in
that.
that fair juice.
Fuck
I
that. I just look where I step.
You never know. And then
No, I know where I step. I have eyes. I look. I step there. It's not difficult to do.
at the fair, you never. No.
You gotta watch out for that surprise fair juice.
Surprise fair juice.
It's kind of like the RKO. It's out of nowhere.
That's right.
So is that it? Do you have 2 rules? Was that
No, there's don't stop walking. Like literally, if people just like stop as they walk, you got to keep walking. You just can't just stop right in the middle of the fair.
What if I want to stop at
I
a
do
game?
that shit on purpose.
Well, like you're walking right, and it's already jam packed. Like someone's like, "Oh, look at that," and they just stop right mid walk. It's like, okay, they're gonna run right into you.
Isn't that kind of why like the stands and everything are there? They kind of want you to stop at them.
The stands, yeah, but like I'm just saying, if you're walking, just like right in the middle, and they just stop,
yeah, a group of people, you just stop, whatever like this. I just plow right into them.
you got to plow right into them.
You
Yeah,
gotta go right through them. Don't even stop.
Don't even stop. Just
And
keep
then you
walking.
get dragged
Like me.
out of the fair by 7 or 8 cops.
Hey, that's okay. Listen, it wouldn't be the first time.
it's okay. It's okay, DC. You're taking it back.
You know, but it's like you stop, you get knocked down, plowed over, or whatever like that. And if somebody says something to you, be like, "Hey, don't fucking stop."
No.
You
And I'd
know?
be like, hey, don't fucking tell me how to walk or not walk, as it were.
That's right. And then somebody,
I paid $8.29 to stand where I fucking want to.
Right.
Yep, and I paid $8.29 to trample your fucking ass, and I will.
Okay, well, one of those things is assault and the other isn't. Let's talk to those 7
actually
police officers
not.
over there and see what they think.
It's not. It's not
You're
assault.
like, no.
It's me being a dick and you being a victim.
Only one of us is leaving in handcuffs.
The other one's
DC
No, that's
would-
not the rule.
DC,
not
when
the
you said
rule.
you get knocked
I'm
down,
leaving in handcuffs. So are you.
What DC? When you were saying you get knocked down and you're getting back up again, I'm like, are you saying Chumbawamba over there?
Jesus
No,
Christ, where's
the
Oh, no,
only way
you know,
DC's
right.
getting back up is if somebody fucking helps him. Let's just call a fucking spade here, okay?
That's
I
right.
get
I don't even know
knocked
if you can say
down.
that anymore.
I get knocked down. I get helped up again.
That's right. I don't. You know, the only thing I don't have a life alert. I got to get one of those.
You might want one.
Oh,
don't
wait,
think you
wait.
want-
So you're
Oh.
saying you're going to barrel into me? I'm going to fall down. You're going to fall out of your chair. And then you're going to fucking
And you're
ask
like,
me to help you back into
I've
your chair.
fallen and I can't
Oh, no.
get up. Ah!
No,
And
I'm
then
not
this-
fair.
Where are
If
you?
I'm-
I'm at
if
the
I'm
fair.
walking, like if I'm walking, not in my chair. If I'm walking, got my prosthetic on or anything like that, you stop. You run the risk of getting, trampled by RoboCop, and then if you mouth off, I just look at the person that I'm with, lean on them, take off the leg, and part your fucking hair with it.
And the person you're leaning on is Corbs, and Corbs is just drinking a beer. He's
The
like,
corpse
it's
just
a
kinda
couple of
shifts a little bit, and over he goes.
Nope, he just looks at me and he goes,
Huh,
"You got a hole in your swing."
You're just sipping your beer.
How's that from, Corbs?
Mr. Baseball.
That's right. You got a hole in your swing.
Yeah.
So, and it's
I'm
heavy.
going to fucking hell, but I already knew that, so I
Right.
don't care.
We'll be able to put the band back together there.
You know that movie, Kev. You starred in it.
I probably did.
Tom Selleck, baby.
Mr. Baseball.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
I watch sports ball movies
Sports
every once in a
ball.
while.
Hey Hugh, is the new Star Wars game on your radar?
I mean, I'm aware of it. I don't know if I'm going to read. I mean, I read. There's been a few reviews that have come out, but we're still under that whole area where all reviews might be bullshit. So I don't trust anything. But I don't know if.
You're talking about the Outlaws?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks
it-
good.
they were talking about how it does a really good job of it's a crime story and you're a criminal and you're doing jobs for all these things. And while that sounds great, Grand Theft Auto on Tatooine, I don't know, that just doesn't grab me. Like if they're finally going to make a fucking open world Star Wars game and make it a GTA clone, I'm kind of like that's a real missed opportunity for me. Even if they
No.
craft a good story there, because I mean GTA is fine. I'm not saying I don't like those kind of games, but I mean if we were getting an open world Star Wars game
What?
once a year, okay, do something a little weird, but this first one should be a little bit more fucking magical, okay?
Yeah.
What if, now I don't know because I haven't read a lot of what the reviews have said, and I really don't know much more about the game than a couple of previews I've seen. But what if either the main storyline or a possible storyline puts you into something like a Rebels scenario?
I think this puts you into Star Wars, a solo story scenario.
Oh, interesting.
And now it falls between Empire and Jedi, right?
Yeah.
Because I know in the commercials we see Han and Carbonite. Okay.
When I say a solo story, I mean like a smuggler, like
Right. Yeah.
a thief,
Yeah,
a thief
no, I
with
know
a
what you mean.
heart of gold type.
Eh.
I just, I want a little less Grand Theft Auto and a little more a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's all.
Fair. I think yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying, Paul?
I
I'm
was
sorry.
curious about it, but I was waiting to see what else everybody else had seen because all I've seen are the commercials that play during Raw.
I think it looks compelling.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I'd like to check it out.
There's apparently this whole system of getting jobs from different criminal families and syndicates and doing those jobs and building your whatever reputation with them. It sounds straight out of fucking
Tatooine?
Liberty City Stories or something.
All right. I'm considering it. I have
I mean, you definitely need
sizable-
another game you're not going to finish.
Right.
So
We'll
I
take
say
Right.
that into
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
So,
Would you do, Paul? Do me a favor, get it on PlayStation, will you?
well, I'm gonna get it on PlayStation, but it'll be 5 because I don't think it's coming out for the 4.
Of course not.
So
No, it's not. You got to upgrade to next gen.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. And Kevin, I'm not buying you a PS5.
If I can't play it on my PC, I don't want it.
I think it's gonna be out for PC.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So I've never played any of the what'd you call them? The
GTA,
GT.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, no, I never played any of those games.
Yeah, me neither.
So
I don't like that.
so I could get this game and it would be all fresh and new for me.
Absolutely.
Very, very true.
Yeah, my whole thing is my personal opinion. It may be a fantastic game, and you might like it. Again, as the very first Star Wars open world game, it seems like a really odd choice.
Now, don't MMOs count as open world games or no?
No, not really.
Okay. Because I know they've done those a couple of times, right? Like they've made that attempt a few
Yeah, but
times.
that's very niche. That's usually just on PC, and it's for hardcore gamers. This is the first time you can actually exist in a living, breathing Star Wars world where you don't have to be funneled to the next objective. Like you don't start at the beginning of the level and have to get to the end. You can actually just do shit, and that's a really cool world to just do shit in.
Now, the Jedi Survivor and whatever the first one was, those weren't like that. That was on rails.
A little. Yeah, I mean, you could do it a little bit, but it was mostly on rails, like you followed the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
It's not like
the
a
story. It was open world, and the fact is like if you were in like a settlement, you could go through the whole settlement. As far as open world, you didn't have to follow the story arc per se, but you still had to follow the story arc to get through.
Okay.
I have a question. Has anybody here played both Jedi Survivor and Fallout 4?
Yes.
Okay. Would the skills necessary for Jedi Survivor be adequate if you had those skills? Would they be adequate for you to be able to play Fallout 4?
You mean as in video game playing skills?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think so. Fallout 4 doesn't, for as deep as Fallout is, I think it's super accessible. It doesn't really take a whole lot of skill to play in general. Jedi Survivor, I mean, I didn't go through the whole game. I played it on Game Pass, and I don't have Game Pass anymore. It was good. I was going to go back to it eventually, but that certainly was a bit more challenging.
Good. I'm glad you said that. I'm going to play all this for my Uncle Rob because I want him to play Fallout because I think he'd like it.
Oh yeah, if he played Jedi Survivor, Fallout won't be a problem.
He loved Jedi Survivor.
The thing about
Freaking
Fallout is
loved
Fallout is one of those games where, well, starting with 3, they tried to do all these awesome, amazing things for the very first time in first person and did them all okay enough. But their writing and the creativity was so good that really didn't care from a technical perspective and from a difficulty challenge perspective. None of it is very challenging.
Okay.
That's exactly why I like
And
it.
and there's lots of games that do that, but they fail because they don't have such an engaging story and such a great mythos that's been built up over the years.
Yeah.
It's 10 years old, and there's people just like me that are just getting into it and love it. Well,
Some
anyway.
other one in my library that I haven't touched.
I've been having so
Shocker.
much fun. I've been having so much fun with Fallout. I'm almost level 100. I'm like level 94 like that or something like that right now. I've just been having so much fun with it.
I'm
And,
sure that's
I mean,
another
is it-
one eventually I have to try.
It's
I
exactly
should
what he
actually
just
try
said.
it. I don't know
It's
if I
just-
don't know if I can.
You walk in, you go, you do something, you do a side quest or whatever, or you do one of the main quests, and maybe you go hang out with some chick or somebody companion, whatever, or not. And it's fun. I walked back and forth across the Commonwealth a couple times the other day, just for the hell of it, just to see what I could run into.
Nice. The Commonwealth. I don't know if I've
It's all
run into
set.
that. Oh,
Yeah, it's
yes,
all
I
set in
don't.
like Boston, like Commonwealth of like Boston, Massachusetts area. Anyway,
Where are we?
I think you're doing
we're
a gaming.
I'm in
on
my-
a
I'm in my
podcast.
room.
You're probably still in your office, Hugh.
I was having fun picking on a cripple guy, but I don't know what you were doing.
He's plowing people over though, apparently.
Has
Right.
everybody said what they're geeked about? I don't think Corbs or Kevin have gone.
Kevin, did he talk about
Everyone.
Maine?
Talk about
Okay.
me.
Yeah, Corbs, we just haven't heard from you, I think.
Well, that's really
Corb's
bad.
just happy to be here.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to be here tonight, so went to trivia
Say it,
tonight.
Paul. Say it. Just say
You're
it.
not even supposed to be here today.
What?
Gotcha.
Good try.
Somebody put fucking gum in the locks.
Bunch of savages in this town.
That's right.
All right.
Knucking futts.
You know what? When I lived in Jersey, I lived near there. I knew all the places when they list them all off and like Chasing Amy and all that other kind of crap. I knew exactly where all that stuff is.
Just check the boxes.
It's fucking amazing. Just to do it, just to like go with it, Secret Stash, the comic book store, all that kind of stuff. Like seen it all. Been to the mall.
Oh, it's one of
Seen The
those
Rock.
references.
Yep, seen
Yes.
the Rock, whole 9 yards.
You're finally on board.
There was just like 4 or 5 of them in a row.
Right. They were kind of rapid fire.
It sounded like a conversation between idiots, but it was actually references from different movies.
No,
Ju-
no, it
just
was
to
a
keep-
conversation between idiots.
I mean,
It's
Geek
called,
Pod.
you know.
That's
Geek pod idiots. So
Corbs.
just I don't know, just like I said, I wasn't supposed to be here tonight. Was supposed to go. I actually not supposed to. I did. I went and played trivia because we've been looking for a place to go play trivia. Kelly and my mom and my sister went. My son went. Danny was supposed to go, but he was feeling under the weather. So we went up to Northern Pines, the golf course that I'm a member at, and they had a trivia night. 128 people
Wow.
Wow.
played trivia. So they're talking about doing it year round. So I went tonight to see kind of how it was going to work. So we started at about 6:30, and we were done at 8:00. So I shouldn't have a problem getting back for podcasts on Wednesdays. Even if I might be a little bit late, like I was a little late today. So it was the first night, so there was a little kind of some clunkiness with paying the bill at the end of the night, stuff like that. So, but it was a good time.
Good.
So like I said, it was kind of a test run to see if I was going to be able to do that and get back in time for the start of the podcast. So, the only thing that would be any different is obviously if Danny comes, getting him up and down the stairs with only the one leg. So that's the fun part right now is getting him down the stairs isn't bad because he kind of just tucks and rolls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, seriously, we're getting a sled,
I've seen it.
and I'm going down the sled. I'm going down on a sled.
It's just like Home Alone, Kev.
I'm gonna put on a helmet. I'm gonna put on a helmet with a face mask and a football helmet, and I'm going down the stairs in a sled and then hit the corner and then go down the next sled and hit the corner, shoulder pads and a mask. So that way I don't, this is the money maker. So I got to make sure that I don't lose any more teeth. Because I've already lost 8. So
It'll be like the Bam Margera show. You'll be like Don Vito or something like that going
Yeah.
down on a sled.
that's right.
So, but yeah, so that's kind of like I said. I was wondering if I was going to make it back in time. So when we got done around 8:00, I was like, okay, we got to get moving here so I can get home.
Let's go. We gotta go.
So, but like I said, we were one of the last people to pay because they were having some issues splitting checks.
Mhm.
Like I said, it was their first night, so they weren't 100% sure about how to do it. It's like when I was talking to the waitress, one table there was like 8 people and they split the check 4 ways.
Oof.
So it's shit like that. So
Morons.
right. So, but it was good. It was fun. We finished. There was
Oh,
12,
God.
12, 14 teams, I think, something like that, 14 or something, and we finished 6th.
Nice.
That's good.
So top two or 3 teams win a prize.
That's awesome.
So it was fun. It was a good time. So
Mhm.
All right.
and I'm looking forward to next Wednesday. So
Good.
kept trying to get it before that, but nobody would listen to me. Sorry.
All right.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No, we're not.
Just-
None of us are. It's just what
he
it is.
still doesn't understand that I kept asking him.
Who
You
doesn't?
did.
You,
No, I understood it. Yeah.
but you never checked your schedule, did you?
No.
We never checked the schedule.
Right. Every time he said he was going to check his schedule and Sean left, the room or anything like this, I said, I'm going to fucking text him and say, did you check your fucking schedule? Because you're starting to piss me off. And then Sean goes, I just gave up. We're gonna do it on Wednesday. And I'm
We're
like,
fucking doing it Wednesday. Just-
Whatever.
For the 3 of you that don't understand, I asked Paul if he wanted
No.
he wanted to do D&D on Saturday or Sunday this week because it's the long weekend and all that stuff. And he kept telling me he was going to check his schedule and never did.
figuring instead of doing it on Wednesday, the day before everybody's kids go back to school, we would do it on Saturday where we could go longer and have fun and do all this other kind of stuff. And Paul basically said,
No.
I think Paul was like, no, I don't want to do Saturday.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't
I'm
do it
in
with you
that
guys
camp,
either. Did you guys find good people though to do it with?
You're talking about something different.
us?
No,
Yeah, that's-
the D&D campaign they're talking
Mhm.
about.
no, we're
No,
talking
we're
about
talking about our D&D campaign.
Yeah, your D&D campaign.
No.
Jesus
Our-
Christ.
Tales of the Keep. We were talking. I
Oh.
was talking about doing that on Saturday.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Tales of the Creep.
Yeah, Tales from the Creeps.
Yes.
Fair.
I love that.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta send you that. Text me that later, Paul. I gotta send you that thing on Facebook.
I gotta move
Okay.
for a second. You guys are gonna not see me for a minute.
Bye.
All right. Well, that's good because I was just getting ready to throw it to break. We're going to get one commercial break out of this, and then we'll come back and wrap up for the night, I think. Like I said, we're going to try and make it like old school where it's not 27 hours long.
All right, that would be awesome. I do have an interesting story to tell, so I don't know if we're going to get an opportunity to talk a little bit more.
When I cut off my arm.
Yes,
What?
we're going to. That's the whole point. We're not doing segments.
That's kind of
we're
what I
doing-
thought, but without
So-
any sort of like plan, I wasn't sure if because it doesn't really fall. Seeing something get murdered doesn't really fall into my what's got me geeked this week. But I thought that maybe it was an appropriate topic for the podcast.
Outstanding. Well, that's a wonderful tease because when we come back from
Ooh.
the commercial break, we're going to hear about Hugh murdering something.
No, it wasn't
Ooh.
me.
That's where we're leaving it. I'm cutting
It wasn't
off
me.
at that.
All right, it was me.
Well, obviously you're still here. I didn't murder you, Jack.
It wasn't me. Cut me on the counter. Wasn't
Tried
me.
to murder me, but he only got the. He tried to murder me,
That's
but he only got
exactly
the
where
leg.
my head was.
All right, guys, stick with us. We'll be back after the break. Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf or a keyback issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore, located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking. Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The skeleton flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers. So, I did not kill something, but I saw it die. Yesterday, it's interesting how all of these stories ended up coming together. So yesterday morning, I get up, get my coffee, I let the dog out. She almost immediately starts barking this weird bark I've never heard from her. And of course, everybody's sleeping. I'm like, fuck. And I go down the stairs. I'm like, get in here, you idiot. And she comes in and I'm like, what the fuck? And I think maybe someone's out front, because she'll bark at people out at the road if she looks down the driveway. So I try to go out front to see what's going on, but she starts barking like crazy in the house. So I run back in the house again. I don't want anyone to wake up. Spend all day going, what the fuck was that about? Well, yesterday after work, putting some stuff in the car because we're going out to eat to celebrate. And the neighbor runs over and she's like, I tells me she saw a raccoon walk out of our neighbor's yard about that time in the morning, and it was all messed up. It was swaying. It was dragging its back legs. This thing is sick. It's got rabies. It's fucked up. And it left our neighbor's driveway and went up the other one across the street from hers driveway. And first of all, I'm like, holy crap. I mean, I was actually there for that. I didn't see any of it. It was kind of like a movie, one of those comedies. But, she tells me about it. She's like, you need to watch out, be looking for it. I'm like, I will. She said it's been trying to get after their chickens because they have a chicken coop. Well, she goes back over and I'm putting stuff in the car. And then I hear a commotion and I walk over and it's in their backyard. And it's a fenced in backyard. So it's not getting out. It's sitting on top of they have two chicken coops. It's sitting on top of one of them, just kind of swaying like this. And this thing is fucking huge, dude. I mean, I know raccoons can be big, but I've always seen them, usually see them at a zoo or something. They're behind the cage. The first time I see one that's not caged, it's gigantic and fucking insane. So it was a little bit terrifying. And they're just like, they're trying to figure out what to do because all their baby chickens are in that coop. So she grabs a rake and a trash can, and her son, one of her, they have like 8 kids. There's all different ages. So one of her teenage sons comes out and they're trying to get it in a trash can. They get it in a trash can once and try to throw a lid on it, but it keeps sticking its hand up. She's hitting it with the rake, trying to keep it in there. It ends up knocking it over. It gets up. This all unfolds over like half an hour. In the meantime, Damara's come over and she's watching. Now our neighbor has called all the numbers that she could find, DEC and all that stuff and non-emergency numbers. And they're like, oh, well, we'll get somebody out there as soon as we can. It's been like 8 hours. Damara ends up calling 911. And they're like, well, we don't usually do that. She's like, this is a public health emergency. This isn't, hey, I saw a rabid raccoon in the neighborhood somewhere. I don't know where it is now. I'm fucking looking at it. Somebody needs to come over and shoot this thing. Now, I was willing, even though I was a little hesitant about it, because you guys, you guys know this, but it's not in the show. Over our vacation in Michigan, I bought a shotgun for home defense. I have not fired it yet. I really wanted to wait. I mean, I don't have a problem shooting a rabid raccoon, but I haven't actually fired a shotgun yet. I wanted to get a little practice in with it first, and I just haven't had the chance yet. But, tomorrow's like, nope, you're not doing that. We don't know what the ordinances are. Apparently, it's a good thing I didn't because, unless it's actually attacking me, I could get in trouble for shooting a rabid raccoon in a yard. I called the state police today, and they were like, yeah, I mean, it has to be like actually coming at you.
It's coming right at me. Boom, boom, boom.
Exactly. Anyway, so I'm just standing out there,
No.
and I don't know if I can be of any assistance, I would be. But they keep getting they're getting it trapped. They're trying to get it into a different garbage can, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, I guess they got it in the right position, and her son grabs an aluminum baseball bat and beats this thing to death in its head, like 7 or 8 swings, and I'm looking. I can see its head. It's looking right at me, and he's off to the side hitting. I saw everything. I saw the face start to crush, the blood, the eyes get fucking weird. It's kind of burned into my brain. Damara saw the first hit and walked away because she couldn't take it, but I couldn't look away. But they killed it.
So you watched the Negan that shit, huh?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah. It was
That was okay. You can beat it to death with a baseball bat.
You
You can't shoot it.
yeah,
that's
yeah,
great.
that's
Yeah. Logic.
whatever. But yeah, that was an interesting day yesterday. We've actually
So?
had. Oh man, Paul, you care if is this story time with you?
Story time with you. Go to it.
Okay, so you guys may not know this, but
Time.
Avery's birthday party was on Saturday. She's 13 now, but Friday night we went and Friday we went and we bought all the food. I bought 2 giant pork shoulders from Costco, 5.5 pounds of ground beef. We were doing a taco bar because we were like, you know what? We want to make it easy. We're having it at Jamesville Beach, but we rented a pavilion. Want it to be simple. Just heat up some shit and bring everything and set it out. I spend the next 6-7 hours. I'm making carnitas, so I'm cubing up the pork. I'm seasoning it. I'm searing it in the cast iron pan, then putting it in the pressure cooker for an hour and 15 minutes, pulling it out, shredding it under the broiler to get it a little crisp. And I have to do like 4 batches of this because it was 13.5 pounds of pork. I get that done. I get the 5.5 pounds of taco meat done. Tomorrow gets this giant thing of rice done. We set it out to all cool, and then we put it in the refrigerator and we go to bed. Get up the next day, 7:30. I go to start loading carnitas into the crock pot to heat up, and I'm like, these aren't cold enough. I pulled out my thermometer. All of the food is at like 65 degrees and has been for the past 8-9 hours. And it realized, because the fridge is still working, but they were all stacked on top of each other, and it was just too much
Holding
of
the
a thermal
heat.
load. And we left it out for hours. We thought we were okay. I had to throw all the food out.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
No, Kevin.
I would have ate it.
No, you can't do it. You can heat it up and you can kill the bacteria, but not the poisons it makes, especially with
I
rice.
could eat it.
Rice is dangerous.
I would eat it.
65 degrees for 9 hours. Yeah, okay. You'd be on the shitter.
Yeah.
So I have a brief moment of abject terror as I realize there's not even enough time to fix this. How can I possibly fix this? And then we throw our clothes on, we go to Price Chopper, we come back with another pork shoulder, another giant pack of beef, and she got all the stuff for the rice. And I wasn't able to sear it and put it under the broiler like I wanted to. I just had to season it and pressure cook it, but we managed to recook all of the food in like 2 hours.
Wow.
To
God.
Jamesville Beach. And I mean, it wasn't as good as it would have been. That really hurt me, man. Throwing away that much food. Oh,
That's
But-
insane, man. Wow.
That's
but it was just at the end of that party, I'm just sitting there and like I want to lay down on a picnic table. I'm so fucking exhausted. I'm wiped the fuck out.
I can imagine that's a lot.
Mhm.
And that's not even thinking about just the money you just threw it in the fucking trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a crazy week. I mean, that whole week I was up late every night because of the Democratic National Convention. I still have this damn cyst on my back, so I've been on antibiotics now for like 2 weeks straight, and I still have more because I have a consult now the day after Labor Day. They're going to have to surgically remove it. So
Nice.
it's just like, oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
exhausting.
That's
See,
good
a lot
times.
of I had a lot of stories. Story
You
time
did.
with you was over. Does anybody else have stories to tell?
Oh, Corbs.
Yeah, I got a good. We got a good one, or I got a good one. So, 2 weeks ago, actually, probably even longer than that. Started about 3 weeks ago. I get my mom 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, Mom.
Mom's not here. She's at my sister's tonight.
Mom's not here, man.
So
Be gone.
my mom comes running in my room 4 o'clock in the morning. She's like, "There's a bat in the living room."
Sweet.
I'm like, "What?" So I get up. I'm like, "Okay, I gotta wake myself up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Got to get up. I got to take a freaking leak first of all because I'm figuring out what's going on with this bat." I open my door, turn the corner, and I see the bat flying in the living room, flying back and forth. I'm like, "Okay, there's the bat. Great." So I go in, take a leak, come back in my room because my mom's still in there freaking out. I'm like, "All right, well, we got to figure out how the fuck to get the bat out of your house. I didn't have anything to catch it with.
Blanket.
Didn't have a gnat or anything like that. Actually, it's probably a month ago because Danny wasn't even here at the time.
Right.
Use blanket.
So I was like, okay, got to figure this out. So I was like you said, so I found a light. I put a light on my deck. I opened and plugged it in. I had to freaking get a power strip, run the power strip from the outlet outside to get the light turned on. Turned off all the lights but one light in the living room, and try to get the bat to go out of the house. So I got everything set up, and I went back in my room, came back out, didn't see the bat anywhere. Waited around for I closed the screen on the sliding glass door, waited for 15 minutes, didn't see the bat anywhere. So I'm like, okay, must have left. I'm like, okay. So it was too late to go back to sleep. I had to get up to go to work. So I was like, I guess I'm up, get in the shower. A couple days later, I hear a loud scream from the living room. I'm like, what the fuck is going on now? She's like, bat's back.
That's back.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I get up again. I get up. So now I'm heading out to do the same thing. I got to get the light, go out, and I turn the corner to walk into my kitchen, and here comes fucking Batman right at my head. So I do my best Matrix move I've ever done to get out of the fucking way. Bat hits me in the neck. Down I go. Hurt my knee.
Down goes Fraser.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I open the door to the hallway in my apartment complex. I figure the bat goes in the fucking hallway. Not my fucking problem anymore.
Somebody else's problem.
Right. We called the apartment complex, and they're like, well, we can't do anything about it. What do you mean you can't do anything about a fucking bat in my apartment? So I said, well, I'm gonna fucking let it go in the hallway. If it goes out there, then it's your fucking problem. So I did that again. Opened the door, assumed, walked back out, didn't see the bat anywhere. So, and then hadn't seen it for a couple weeks. So now we got my brother moved in. I get 5 o'clock in the morning. My mom and brother are in the kitchen getting my brother's medication set up for the week. And I hear a loud scream again. And the bat's back. So I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like Groundhog Day.
Right, seriously, dude. So in the meantime, the apartment complex came over and gave us a fucking fishing net to catch the bat with. Because they say once the bat goes in the net, it gets caught. It can't get out. So here I am, got a fishing net. I'm trying to catch a bat in the middle of the fucking living room. I look like fucking retard swinging a fishing net, trying to catch the bat.
He looked like a fucking lacrosse goalie.
Seriously, about
Hilarious.
as good as, and I was about as good as one too, because I fucking missed every time.
I'm just thinking of John Candy and Dan Aykroyd in The Great Outdoors with that.
Yes.
Yes.
That.
So the bat lands behind the shades for the sliding glass door. And I didn't see it. We didn't see it. I didn't see it anymore. I looked, I opened, hit with the net. It didn't fly around or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, well, that must be how it's getting in. There's a hole someplace in the slider, the door or something, and they're coming in through the opening. So I'm like, I don't see it anymore. I'm like, it must have gone away. I opened the blinds, slid the blinds all the way across. Wasn't hanging, nothing like that. They'll say it'll hang. So I didn't see anything like that. So I'm like, okay, well, it must be gone. So I was getting ready to put my net away. And I'm looking in the bottom track of the slider. I'd even opened the slider a little bit. It must not, but I was looking in the track and looked like a leaf. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I took the bottom end of the net and I kind of nudged it a little bit. Sure enough, it's the fucking bat. But I was quick enough that where I was able to take the net and I caught the bat in the net and I just kind of set it on the ground. Because what our apartment complex told us, well, if you catch it, because we didn't know if it had rabies or not.
We'll eat it.
Right.
Pretty much. They're like, oh yeah, if you catch it, kill it. I'm like, that's not my fucking job.
No, it's not.
My job is not to catch this thing and kill it in my apartment. I came to apartment because I don't have to do this shit.
3 times.
No, this is only the first one. I only caught one. Could be the same bat. Don't know.
Gotcha.
Oh, same bat.
Right. I'm assuming it was the same bat.
It never left. The call was
Yep.
coming from inside the house.
Yep.
So I have the bat. I got it caught in the net. I put it on I moved it to the kitchen floor, still in the net, and it's sitting there. And I'm like, okay. I said to my mom, I said, what are we going to do with it? She's like, I'm like, I can let it go outside. 9 times out of 10, it's going to fucking end up back in the house. She's like, well, I'm like, they said to kill it. She's like, well, I don't know if you, I'm like, just go in the other room.
Look at the
So my brother and I having a conversation about, just dumb shit. I walk in my room, I have a rubber mallet that I was using for when I was building shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get the rubber mallet.
Yep, he turned into fucking Thor.
So I had the rubber mallet and I fucking hammered that shit. Kind of like the raccoon. I hit it 3 times and there was blood everywhere. And then
That's a great way to spread rabies.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
you just take it outside and let it go.
Because I didn't want to have to try to do that.
Oh.
So, but then they said
that's not even the half of it.
Then they said, if you can't get it down to the office, put it in a bag and put it in your freezer.
No.
Oh yeah.
That's an awful landlord.
I'm like, I am not putting a dead fucking rodent that might have rabies in my freezer with my food.
I mean, I have dead rodents in my freezer all the time.
It's next to the Kung Pao chicken.
I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they put it in a plastic bag,
put it in a shoebox,
and put it out on the deck. Now wait, there's more. So my mother and her friend, my mother calls the office. The office comes over. They check over the apartment to find out where they might be coming in, if they're going to continue to come in. They take the bat. They take it and put it in the freezer in the office. Now, my mother and her best friend go to the office, pick the bat up, and take it to the Board of Health. Wait, not done. So, 2 days later, the nurse is coming to change my bandage on my wound, and there's a fucking bat in the hallway.
Yeah, I opened the door to leave to go to work, and turned because the parking lot is to the right, so you turn and go right and go down the stairs because we're on the top floor. I turned and I went, huh, look, there's a fucking bat hanging in the window.
He killed his brother.
Right.
That's what I said. They're fucking they're coming back to fucking kill me because I'm murdering fucking these fuckers when they get my. So I went out the back and walked around and took a picture from where I was downstairs to the bat in the window. I sent it to my mom and said, "You need to call the fucking office and have them come take care of the bat." So I have no idea if they actually ever came over and got rid of the bat out of there. Because when I came home, it was gone. She said that they quote unquote came and took care of it. So on the same token, I haven't seen it anywhere in the apartment complex. In our apartment building.
Paul, I don't think developmentally disabled bat catcher is going to be a good title for this episode.
You just call me the Joker.
No, Corbs. It would have been funny though. Like literally, you said you hear the scream. Gotta take my pee again because I'm not dealing with this shit. I
got it every time I heard the scream. She came in my room. I got up and I went to the bathroom.
There you go. Start with
you
that.
should have just peed on the first bat. The rest of them wouldn't have bothered. Like,
No,
dude, there's some sicko in there that pissed all over me. Don't go in that apartment.
No, the funniest thing is my mom and I are in the kitchen, and the bat is doing fucking laps.
I mean, did you get?
And I'm in my wheelchair. I can't, but the door's closed to my room that I'm in. And I'm like, so my mom goes, listen, you might want to leave a light on at night when you go to sleep. I have to wear a mask.
Lights attract the bats.
Because the bat will go to the light. Like a moth.
Forbes, you said it hit your neck. Did you get checked out?
No, it glanced. It didn't bite me. It didn't.
Oh my God! Are you Batman?
I am not Batman. It didn't.
No, he's rabies man.
No, it didn't. It didn't scratch me or bite me or anything like that. It basically kind of
bounced off of you.
Yeah, kind of. I was kind of like falling back and leaning off to the side, and it kind of hit and went off to the side. But I did check my neck. There was no mark, anything like that.
Yeah, he's not been foaming at the mouth or anything like that.
This is not the first bat that we've had in our apartment. I've actually caught one and released it outside. This is probably the third or fourth bat that's been in our apartment. And you know what our apartment complex says every time?
Not your problem.
Not their problem.
Yep.
That's stupid.
You need to stop inviting the bats in. I'm just saying.
I stopped inviting Dracula into my house. There's no more vampires allowed in my house.
Yep.
Apparently, when you let one in, they all feel like they can come in.
Oh yeah.
So
you have to have permission to cross the threshold.
Yeah, they do.
So, but there have been at least 4 that I know of that have been in the apartment. Now it might be 2 because I caught 2, and the other 2 that were here the first 2 times that I thought I got might be the same bat that I caught and killed. But the third one that was in the hallway, that he was new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, and then no sooner that we make that phone call. That weekend, they were downstairs fixing the back door.
Oh, ain't that something?
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yep. Yeah.
That's good times.
Yeah. So, yeah. Me being a fucking lacrosse goalie with a fishing net trying to catch a goddamn flying rodent.
At 4 in the morning.
At 4 in the morning. Oh, the best part about it is that when I came out with the net the first time, the bat came down the hallway. And I tried my best lacrosse goalie move, and I hit the closet that's right in front of me. I hit my son's door with the fishing net. I hit the floor with myself, and the whole time my son never woke up.
I mean, you do know that the Pele kick is not a lacrosse goalie move.
Sweep the leg, Corbs.
I swear to God, it would have been fucking priceless. The video we recorded, it would have been so funny to watch.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's one of those things that you wish you had a recording at the time.
I wish I had some type of video system in my house that I could record that shit because it would have been so funny.
Yep, it was insane. Yep. That's what my mom said the very first time. She's like, "You want to come and stay here?" And I was like, "Well, I don't got much of a choice." She goes, "Do you like bats?" I played baseball. She goes, not that kind of bat. I'm like, what?
I prefer
Fucking,
chicken, but
yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, we have a bat in the apartment. And I'm like, is Robin there too? She's like, don't be funny. It's not funny.
Yeah, she's freaked out now.
Yeah, she's freaked out. Well, Sean's been looking at houses.
I think it's
Large,
fun.
large houses for us all to move into,
We're all moving in. Oh.
Yeah, with you, Jack.
Yeah,
Right.
Jack's got a house.
Jack does have a house.
hey, Jack, you could sell your house to Corbs.
I could. $265,000. All right,
Well, I guess it's still story time.
it is.
Oh,
So
story time.
We haven't discussed my woes as of late.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Do we need a violin?
No. I've had enough of the band already too. That's a whole different story. No, my the Jeep is no more.
Oh shit. Right.
The
Oh,
Jeep is no more.
whoa.
Patriot has shuffled loose the mortal coil. So starting back at the beginning, I 3 weeks back now, I think. I was on my way to Kirkville.
Wait,
to my
hold on.
mother-in-law's.
You
What?
should start like 3 years back when I looked at you and said, "Is this thing fucking safe?" That's where you start this story.
It's
No.
a good Jeep Patriot.
No, it's not. It's not
No.
good.
There's nothing good about them.
But anyway, so 3 weeks ago, I was on my way to help unload a U-Haul from New Hampshire that contained all of, my new living room furniture that I had no recollection of saying that we were getting. But I had to go out to Kirkville first to unload the stuff that was going to Kristen's mom's house. So, I hop in the Jeep, scoot up through North Syracuse, get onto 481, and get right on it to get up to speed when you get onto 481 there, and get up to about 50, and it's just winding out, not shifting, nothing. And I'm like, oh. So I let off the gas, to try and make it shift itself to see what's going on. And yeah, there's no go left to it. I've got it to the floor, and it's making a really cool sound, and not really going anywhere. So I decide I better get pulled over as soon as possible, because I'm about to come up on the area where the on-ramp is and all the construction is, so I have no room to pull over. Pull over, I shut the vehicle off, turn it back on, starts up, get on the gas, and literally it's going about 2 miles an hour. So I just put it in park, and fast forward to an hour and a half later when the tow truck shows up. And I knew I was in trouble with the tow truck kid who looked like he hadn't slept in weeks, and had a Decepticon tattoo on his arm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Megatron.
He was all sorts of special. And I had to ride with him to the dealership because, what other choice did I have? So I got it dropped off, and then proceed for the next week and a half to have my cousin's husband, who is the manager at the shop I took it to, try everything he can to figure out what's going on with this thing. And he finally taps out. He figures it has something to do with the computer, and so we need to get it to an actual dealership. Well, I call around, and our good friends at Burdick Drivers Village was happy to take the vehicle for me, on September 7th, if I wanted to wait, a month. So I said, no, thanks. Like, let's see if we can get it in, sometime in August. That'd be cool. Found a Longley Brothers Dodge in Fulton. They said, yeah, you can bring it right up on Thursday. Our specialist will be in. So we go get it. And my cousin's husband had told me, yeah, it'll drive about 30 miles an hour right now, so you'll be able to get it there. I'm like, okay, cool. Go start it up. First, I almost forgot about this part. I'm gonna send you guys a picture, and I'll throw it into the show.
I think they're gonna draw us a picture right now.
No stick figures. If everyone wants to check the Geek Pod WhatsApp, I'm gonna put the photo of what what I found when I walked up to my vehicle at the shop.
What the? Oh
Give you
no!
guys a second to look.
What the hell?
What the hell is that?
All right, so yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, that is a slice of American cheese that some asshole kid slapped on my windshield and let it sit in the rain for a few days.
Wow.
Now, do
That's
you know that it's
cool.
American
No
cheese
way.
because you
That's
tried
awful.
it?
I'm taking an educated guess. I did not try it.
It is
And,
missing a bite, though. It is missing
the
a bite.
the
Because
mechanic.
it kind of looks to me like it could also be corn husk wrapper,
Yeah, that's
It
that's a dick.
definitely
That's a
had
dick
that
move.
rubbery texture of processed American cheese. Because I did
Oh.
poke at it just to see.
Oh, you
Um,
touched it?
I
Ugh.
did. I had the cheese touch. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
so from there, I get into the vehicle, after the mechanic scrapes that off and cleans my windshield for me. Um, and start the thing up and get prepared to do my 30 miles an hour. Yeah, doesn't the thing drive perfectly fucking normal all the way to Fulton to drop the vehicle off?
Of course it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash forward to last Friday now when I finally got back in touch. Exactly.
Oh.
I got back in touch with them only to find out that, yeah, my transmission's shot in the Jeep. That is no more. They want to charge me $7,000 to do a transmission in it. So I'm now in the market for a new vehicle.
How did it drive perfectly normal though? Like, what's the story behind that?
I guarantee it's just going, and because it was cold and it hadn't been driven much, it was probably behaving itself at that point.
The cheese, did
Um,
that help?
Right. I think it was the cheese. The
I'm
cheese
just
fixed it.
how did your first mechanic not recognize the transmission was gone?
Right.
I don't think that's what they were looking at. I think they were
Okay.
worried more about like the throttle body and stuff because all the codes pointed to the throttle body,
Right.
and
That's
that's
what
what they
we're-
kept fighting with. Yeah.
Yeah, because I talked to him about it, and I said I was having the kind of the same issue with the car about a month before that, where every once in a while you'd hit the gas pedal and you would get no power. It would start to bog down a little bit, and the engine light would come on, and then you'd get it's the red light with the lightning bolt, which is engine throttle,
Yeah.
would come on. But
Oh, I thought that meant the flash, but
Flash.
I would pull over and I'd shut the car off. I'd let it sit for anywhere from 10 seconds to a minute, turn it back on, and it would be fine for a couple of days. And then it happened again. You shut it off, turn it back on. But it was becoming more and more and more and more frequent. So I took it to my mechanic, and he's like, "Oh, well, it sounds like it's the engine throttle body. We can reset the code. You can drive it and see what happens. And then if there's still a problem, then we can fix it after that." So I brought it. It happened to be on the way to work one day, and I called my boss. I'm like, "Look, something's going on with my car. My engine light's on. I got to go take a look at this." So I drove right from work to a mechanic. And I said, the light's on again. He's like, "Okay." He went out, cleared it again. He's like, "All right, take it out, drive it again." So I literally put the car in drive, pulled up to the exit to his shop, and the light came back on. So I just dropped it reverse,
Right back around. Yep.
right back in, walk him back inside. I said, "Lights back on." He's like, "All right, we'll clear it. You should be fine for another couple of days. Bring it back in on Wednesday, and we'll fix it on Wednesday." Ended up being, like Paul said, he had the same issue. Ended up being the throttle body. They had to replace the whole thing. So yeah, so I know exactly what he was going through. Mine unfortunately, like Paul was a throttle body was able to be fixed, and I haven't had a problem since. Knock on wood. But yeah, I can imagine. I wouldn't have have to go through that again.
what are you looking for in a vehicle, Paul?
Another mid-sized SUV, something that isn't, historically known to have shitty transmissions and stuff
I
like
mean, I have a sales guy at the Nissan. Is it Burdick Nissan? I know it's the one over on the west side. There's a sales guy there that helps us out with our cars. If you want me to get you his information, I mean, he's done really well for us. Great guy.
that. Yeah, send it my way. I'll check it out.
Are you getting any trade-in value for your Jeep?
Don't know yet because I haven't made it that far.
Okay.
I mean, if I go and it's driving fine when I drop it off and scumbag them and don't tell them that the transmission's going, I'll probably get a better number. But
And more
We'll see.
cheese on the windshield.
That's right. Keep that cheese rolling.
Yeah, Rich Hanlon.
Okay.
RICH, Rich Hanlon. He is. I wish I knew which Nissan place that was, but I mean, we've been driving the. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you his number right here on the air because I don't think
Oh
he'll have
my
a problem
God.
with me giving people his number
Free
because he sells cars. The number is 315-380-1694.
Perfect.
8675309.
Let me just
Thanks, Corpse. Appreciate you.
I got you.
McGuire. It's McGuire Nissan.
All right. I think I looked there. No, I didn't. No, I didn't
You
look
looked
at
there.
McGuire yet.
Yeah,
might
but
have
give him a
that one
call.
online.
Tell him, I passed John. He probably knows me as by my first name, Elwin.
Gotcha.
But I think we've gotten 2 cars from him now. I don't know.
Nice.
Great dude.
Have
He
you?
he texts me and calls me on my birthday.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Cool.
That's more than what we do. That's
Yeah.
Where have you started looking places, Paul?
I am. I've been stalking after hours, cruising up and down rows at places. Last night I was out at Romano, the one off of Thompson Road, looking at those ones there. That's when I realized I really, really like the look of a Ford Bronco.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah, that's a nice looking vehicle. I test drove one today. I really like it. It's green. So
Let's say don't get white.
right.
That's his Jeep was white.
Have you
The
have
white
you
Ford Bronco.
Yeah, but not the Ford Bronco
Not
unless
the
you got
Ford
Orange
Bronco.
in the
That's
back.
true. Good point.
Unless you got Orenthal in the back.
have you tested a Rogue or is that too small for you?
I haven't. This was actually the first vehicle I drove. I'm also looking at like Subaru Outbacks, stuff like that.
I'm just saying that we are now on our 2, 3, 4, 5th Rogue. I mean, we don't even look at a different model of car.
Right.
I mean, we did switch from Matthews to McGuire because when Fusilla became Matthews, it became a bunch of idiots. But yeah, it never any question. We go get
Nice.
our next car, it will be a Rogue.
Yeah, Paul, you and I have the same Jeep. Mine's a year
Not anymore.
older. No, we did.
Anymore.
But if you're looking for that kind of car, like Hyundai Tucson, Mazda CX-5, those are always good ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been looking at all of that same class of vehicle. When I was at the fair the other day, I was forced to look at brand new Toyotas.
Hey, and if you want to get a new car even more often, get a Kia.
Oh, I hate Kias.
But no, yeah, that's what I've been doing. On break. I have 2 other things on the list, but I don't really know if we need to discuss them to eat up any more time. Because I kind of feel like this is probably a good stopping point. We can call the last half of the show just story time.
Very cool.
So,
Geek Pod story time.
right. Does anybody else have anything, or should we just drop some wisdom nuggets?
Drop them.
Drop it like it's hot.
You don't let that shit stand, Corbs?
No,
Yeah, dude, that's your job.
I know. I'm just wanting to see if anybody's got any more fucking stories.
I got no more stories for now.
I guess nobody's got any stories. So I guess we're dropping nuggets.
All right. I'm actually kind of handsome when you're drunk and the lights are low. There's no other dudes around to compare me to, and your standards are low. So, good night, everybody, and mega baby bitches.
This has been a Geek Pod Network production.